Can everybody hear me? Or do you want me to go into the middle?
No, stay there.
It's cool, okay. Well, good evening. I don't know if I'm going to be able to live up to that build-up that Ben just gave me. But hope you're all enjoying yourself. You look like you do. And despite your public appearances, I was up until about 10 seconds ago. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Jamie. I've been a friend of Ben for 25 years. And I'm one half of a very unrehearsed double act today. The other man sitting at the other side of the table, Robbie, younger brother of the groom, as you know, a man who spends less time in this country than David Beckham at the moment. So just having him here and semi-coherent is a bonus. So. As I said, I've known Ben since I was 4, and before we take the piss out of him for a few minutes, I'd just like to say that it's a great honour to be asked to be best man for a guy who I consider to be a top bloke and a great friend. So, cheers, man.
No worries.
Thank you. I've racked my brain for embarrassing stories about Ben to include in this speech. Unfortunately, I can't think of anything suitable for this kind of occasion. This may be down to Ben's squeaky clean behaviour or to my poor memory. However, my memory does improve with alcohol, so if you want to hear the nasty stuff, come and buy me a drink later. But I think Robbie is the man for that job, having shared a room with him throughout childhood, and the fights that these boys used to have were pure box office, and often provided a good afternoon's entertainment, as Robbie will expand on later. Ben mentioned before that basically he met Caroline at a Freshers' Night at Hatfield, so if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't be together. not quite as Hollywood as this. Well, you could say it was a bit like a Hollywood movie if they'd done a remake of Sleepless in Seattle at the University of Hertfordshire SU, and Tom Hanks had pulled Meg Ryan in a sweaty flea pit and then treated himself to a greasy chicken burger on his way back alone, I may add. I'm pleased that Ben met Caroline, as he had a few dodgy experiences with women in the past. I don't want to get involved in any kind of macho stories or numbers, but let's just say 45 ended up being Ben's lucky number. As Peter alluded to, Ben's got a weakness for cars and junk food. He's owned 15 cars in 10 years, quite an achievement, I'm sure you'll agree. He's lost more money on vehicles than he's spent on lap dances. But he's still got 10 times more cash than me, so well played, Ben. And as for the love of junk food, that came back to haunt Ben on a stag night, second stag night, which I organised the other week as part of my best man duties. Unfortunately, due to some undercooked crispy duck at a dodgy Watford Chinese takeaway, Ben spent none of the night drinking and all the night with his head down the bog, which was a bit unfortunate, but there you go. Luckily, the cuisine today is of a higher quality. So thanks to everyone who's been involved, as Ben said, in planning the wedding today. Special mention to Caroline's parents, who've done a great job. Just a few words about the bride, Caroline, who looks absolutely beautiful today. I'm going to borrow some words from words of wisdom from Catherine Hepburn, who said, if you want to sacrifice the admiration of many men for the criticism of one, go ahead and get married. So. To be fair, these days, Ben's known for his unique dress sense, which she's dug me out about, and his ability to consume large amounts of alcohol. But mostly is known as the lucky bastard who managed to bag himself such a good-looking bird. So. Joking aside, I think you'll all agree that Ben and Caroline make a fantastic couple, and I'm sure they'll be happy for a long, long time. Ben's a top man, and he'll make a great husband. So, both lucky people. Before I hand over to Robbie, the Morecambe to my wise, I just like it gets better. I'd just like to leave you with a couple of thoughts from the female and male perspective. Marilyn Monroe, I'm sure some of you might have heard of, famously said, "Before marriage, a girl has to make love to a man to hold him. after marriage she has to hold him to make love to him. And to end on a positive note, a man named Mignon McLaughlin, a great cynic, a bit like myself, uttered the following line, one which I'm sure Caroline's parents will hope is accurate, I'm sure. A first-rate marriage is like a first-rate hotel, expensive but worth it. So let's hope that proves correct. I'm going to leave the toast to everyone else, to my partner in crime, Robbie, but I'd just like to say to Ben and Caroline, all the best, and it's been an honour to be best man today. Thanks.
Well done, Jamie.
Just flowers for
before misery.
for Penny for organising today, and flowers for my mum. It's been fantastic. Round of applause for the parents. I finished tonight with my brother Robbie.
I wrote this yesterday, I put it together. I penned it yesterday, I've actually typed it this morning, but you'll have to get used to it.
Big louder.
Alright, hello people. Now, a couple of words. Fornication. No, I mean, for an occasion like this, you have to make fornication like this. You have to make a few plans. Now, in preparation is needed. I looked on the internet, and before that, I remember my brother Joe. He said to me, he said, Robbie, there's one thing worse than the best man speech, and there's no speech at all. And thereafter he said, what did he say? He said, you know it makes sense, bruv. One of my brother's favourite phrases, but it's very true. Now, I mean, Ben was looking for a best man. He didn't find one. He got two slightly good ones instead. That'd be me and Jay. So, I mean, get used to it. Now, I did look for some inspiration on the internet. I looked around, and I looked on the internet for a long time, a few hours, and I found some very interesting stuff on the internet. Very interesting stuff. Unfortunately, very interesting stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't find a lot to do with best man speeches, although there were a lot. I had a look, and there were a few. Oh, the paper and the mind. You didn't work apparently. No. I'll carry on. I found some very interesting stuff on it, and I'll tell you what. I looked long and I looked hard, and I didn't find anything that I didn't find a best man speech that was entitled Ben and Caroline from St Albans. So unfortunately, I've had to write this myself. So you can see we're going to struggle together here. You be in the crowd and be the best man. The world of dyslexia, it's a beautiful thing. I'm looking at these words, but I honestly, Ben advised me to put it in different colours, that didn't help. I said the font bigger! The font didn't help either. I felt fonted. I'm looking down. Oh, Jesus Christ. What can I tell you? Unfortunately, Ben was indeed a bit of a slow starter. At play school, Ben was different to a lot of the other 5-year-olds. He was 11. I missed about 7 jokes there. Growing up with Ben was, of course, we spent a lot of time together, didn't we, bro?
Yeah.
We were pretty inseparable. He got me out of a lot of trouble. In fact, when we were young, we used to fight quite a lot, and that's believe me, true. We boxed the crap out of each other. We fought quite often. Yeah. But hang on.
It's from the heart, isn't it?
Mainly because my brother Darren used to give us a boxing glove each.
Yeah.
Ben was well, Ben is left-handed, I'm right-handed. There's only a glove each. But we basically we boxed the crap out of each other. To be fair, it became quite emotional. But the beauty of it was that Darren used to give us a bowl of ice cream each before Mum came home. So we were all right with that. Anyway, cheers for that, Darren. Pleasure. Anyway, on to the next. There we go, that one was it. I said, Ben is big, he's tough, as we know. He's a big boy, he's a big boy, my brother. You can see that, he's a big old lump. He's big, he's tough, but he's not rough. You know, he's smooth. Bang! That's the phrase. That's the phrase. Bang! Oh shit. What's that one? Takes the drunk already. Bang! That's the phrase. Anyway, he is big, he's a big old lump, but he's not rough of it. He's an absolute gentleman, and that's part of what is endearing quality to the old jamming. I call him jamming because he's incredibly lucky. He always has been. He's jammy, he is the jamming, he's jammy, he's jamming, he's jamming. He makes his own luck, he finds his own luck, and he makes it himself. But beyond that, he is generally bloody just jamming. You know, he's a lucky old sod, but he's bloody generally lucky as well. So bless you, mate. You deserve it, you make your own luck. But beyond that, he's just generally jamming. He is, anyway. Oh, come next. No, seriously, hang on. Oh, fuck's that. Right, basically, something beyond that, seriously, to speak tonight, really so. Many people won't know it tonight, that my brother actually, and this is absolute gospel. Mum, don't be worried. She's a warrior. He's homosexual. And he's had a boyfriend for 17 years. Literally, he saved my life about, this is absolute gospel, not me, you don't know this, Mum. Running vehicle, very fast, bushy, a lane, I was starfish in the road. Drunkard. He pulled me out of the path of a running vehicle. Basically saved my life. There's no shadow of a doubt. Absolute gospel, honest truth. Saved my life. I wouldn't be here today. I absolutely guarantee that. I don't mean, this is no daft metaphor. It's literally, my brother saved my life. So that's pretty powerful, I think. Absolute gospel, down the line true. He dragged me out the path of the vehicle. Oh, good lord.
We promise never to tell Mum.
I know, but you know, for the sake of everyone else. Good lordy. Anyway, I'll get this speech back in. No. Oh, no. I'm not there. Alright. Seriously speaking now, I've said that bit already. Now, you know, Caroline, you're beautiful, darling. You're beautiful. I get on well with all of my brother's wives, and I'm really looking forward to getting on you, darling. Getting on with you, I mean, and you know, it's just going to be a really beautiful affair. All right, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, I made a mess of it, but never mind. Everyone, please be upstanding. For the lovely couple, to Ben and his beautiful wife, Miss Caroline Parker. Miss Caroline Parker.
Mrs. Bride and groom.
To the bride and groom. Hey! Oh, let's go get pissed. Well done, Robbie.
You're the world's best speaker I've ever